Let me ask you something. How many hours did you spend babysitting your site this week? I'm Ace. Good to have you here. If your answer is more than a couple, you and I need to talk about design. Not redesign for looks, design for how a site behaves over time. Here's the thing. A few deliberate systems change a site from a daily chore into a compounding asset. Today I'll give you 3 of those systems. Short checklists and a simple 7-day plan you can actually finish. First system, the way your content links to itself. Think small neighborhoods of pages that consistently point to a hub. I call these content guilds. The idea is simple. 1 deep, useful guide plus 3 short, targeted posts that all funnel attention back to the core. Picture this. You publish in one 800-word guide that nails intent. Then you ship a 500-word how-to, a troubleshooting checklist, and a short case note. Each supporting post uses the same anchor to link to the core. Over weeks, search engines and readers start treating that hub like the place to go. Quick checklist. Pick 1 core topic. Ship 3 short support posts, 400 to 700 words. Use the same anchor text to link to the core. Put a calendar reminder to refresh that cluster every 3 months. That's a small system that pays attention instead of constant content sprinting. Here's a micro interruption. Yep, you'll still write, but you write with intention. Fewer big pushes, more leverage. That change in approach alone cuts the volume of new writing you need. Second system, build a nutrient cycle for traffic. Stop treating channels as chores and give them roles. Search for discovery, email for return visits, syndication for extra reach and links. Balance those 3, and your content will feed conversions without constant new posts. Concretely, optimize the core for 1 primary keyword and user intent. Capture email with a tiny 2-field form and a relevant lead magnet tied to that core. Syndicate a condensed version to 1 external channel with a canonical link back. Don't spread thin. Pick 1 syndication channel and do it well. A simple routine. Publish core and supports. Email the segment that cares the next day. Then republish a condensed take to your syndication channel 3 days later. Track organic clicks, email center, and syndication clickbacks. Measure 1 metric per guild for 2 weeks before you change the mix. Small experiments win. Third system, succession and low maintenance automation. Sites collect quiet liabilities, forgotten posts, dead plugins, stale CTAs. If you don't prune, authority erodes. Rule 1. Post with few of the next visits a month for 12 months. Refresh, consolidate, or archive. Rule 2. Refresh evergreen pieces every 6 to 12 months. Use light automation, a weekly export that flags the bottom 10 posts by traffic, an AI-assisted draft to update numbers and links, and templated CTA blocks you can paste in. You're not automating quality, you're automating detection and low-effort updates, so you spend time where it matters. Here's what I saw. A small permaculture blog I worked with turned 3 pillar posts into a guild and watched organic clicks for that topic go from about 120 to 260 a month in 4 months. They never went back to weekly blogging. They focused on linking and quarterly refreshes. That number stuck, and it scaled search traffic without extra churn. Another quick example, a tiny e-commerce microsite rebuilt product guides into hubs, added a single email sequence, and mirrored how-tos on a niche forum. Revenue per visit rose about 40% within 3 months, not because they blasted new posts, but because returning readers reached purchase intent faster. Ready for a 7-day starter plan you can actually finish? Day 1, 45-minute audit. List your top 10 posts by visits and pick 2 candidates for guilds. Day 2, outline 1 core and 3 supports. Day 3, write and publish the core. Day 4, Publish 2 supporting posts. Day 5. Add email capture and a tiny lead magnet. Day 6. Syndicate a condensed version. Day 7. Set up a weekly exporting calendar reminder to refresh the core in 3 months. Micro tactics to speed that up. Reuse outlines across skills. Keep supporting posts tight, 400 to 700 words. And use a template for internal link phrasing. For automation, a spreadsheet with formulas plus a scheduled analytics export beats a fancy dashboard. Faster to set up, easier to maintain. Start this week in 3 moves. Audit for 45 minutes. Seed 1 guild with a core and a support post. And automate 1 maintenance task, the weekly export or a calendar reminder. Do only those 3 things and you change the site's trajectory from reactive to structural. Let's connect the dots. Content guilds concentrate authority. The nutrient cycle feeds that authority with predictable traffic. And succession rules keep the system healthy without daily babysitting. Combine, these systems shift results over months, not just next week. One practical thing to do right now. Open your analytics. Find 1 post that still gets clicks but has a weak CTA and replace that CTA with a tiny lead magnet tied to the article. That single swap turns passive traffic into an asset you can nurture. If this helps reframe your site as an ecosystem, subscribe. I'll keep bringing system-first tactics you can actually implement. And try measuring 1 metric for 2 weeks. That tiny focus is the difference between idea and progress. Well, that's enough to think about for today. Appreciate you spending a few minutes with me. I'll catch you in the next one.